Good morning, students. I am Dr. Mubarak Ali, Department of Economics, C. Abdul Hakim College, Melvishara. Students, today we are going to discuss law of demand. So, our title of the paper is General Economics. Today topic is law of demand. Before we go for discuss law of demand, first we understand the meaning of demand. What is demand? So demand for a commodity by a household is its quantity that he would buy per unit of time at that given price. According to the Professor Benham, the demand for anything at a given price is the amount of it which will be bought per unit of time. That is, three things must be needed for a demand. The first one is desire. Second one is purchasing power. Third one is usage. So the three things must be fulfilled. The card is demand. Okay. So then we go for law of demand. What is law of demand? The law of demand expresses the functional relationship between the price of the commodity and its quantity demanded. Price and quantity demanded are inversely or negatively related. According to Paul A. Samuelson defines, when the price of a good is raised, other things being constant, less of it is demanded. That is, price and quantity demand are inversely or negatively related. When the price of good is raised, the demand will decreases. Then demand schedule. Demand schedule is a numerical tabulation showing the quantity that is demanded at selected prices. So demand schedule expressing the relationship between the price of a commodity and quantity demanded. So demand schedule are of two types. Number one, individual demand schedule and market schedule, demand schedule. So first, individual demand schedule. So individual demand schedule shows the quantity of commodity that a particular household will buy at a selected price. So this is the individual demand schedule. So one side we measure price and another side we measure quantity demanded. If the price of the commodity is rupees 4, the quantity demand is 1. Then the price of the commodity decreases from 4 to 3, the quantity demand increases from 1 to 2. And then the price of the commodity decreases from 3 to 2, the quantity demand increases from 2 to 3, and the price of the commodity decreases from 2 to 1, then quantity demand increases from 3 to 4. So this is the individual demand curve. Price and quantity demand are inversely related, that is negatively related. If the price of the commodities decreases, automatically the quantity demand will increases. So this is a demand curve. So in this demand curve, y-axis we measure on price of the commodity, x-axis measure on quantity demanded. Okay. If the price is P1, the quantity demand is Q1. Then the price of the commodity increases from P1 to P2. Automatically, the quantity demanded decreases from Q1 to Q2. So this is a slope of a demand curve. So generally, the demand curve slopes downward from left to right. So it is also known as the negative slope of the demand curve. So downward slope of the demand curve indicates the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So why demand curve slopes downward from left to right? So it has some reasons. So it's operate law of diminishing marginal utility. So according to law, as a consumer has more of a commodity, the utility derived from the successive units goes on decreasing. A consumer will continue consuming a commodity until the marginality of the commodity becomes equal to price. So the demand curve slopes downward from left to right. The another one reason is change in the number of consumers. Suppose the price of the commodity decreases from 4 to 1, the many households to buy a commodity at lower prices. Moreover, the new consumers and old consumers buyers together push up the demand for that commodity at a low cost. So these reason the demand curve will slope downward from left to right. Okay, the price decreases, automatically demand for commodity increases. The another one reason is diverse uses of a commodity. So there are commodities can be put to more than one use. For example, we take up electricity. So electricity could be used for lighting purpose, cooking purpose, cooling purpose, so on. Suppose the price of the electricity rises from rupees 2 per unit to rupees 5 per unit, its consumption the consumption will be restricted only for lighting purposes. That is, if the price of the electricity per unit is rises, automatically our demand will come down. Okay, so this is a reason for demand curve slopes downward from left to right. So these are classical approach. The modern approach says that the two reasons. The first one is income effect and the substitution effect. So income effect, any change in the price of the commodity affects the purchasing power, that is real income of a household. A fall in price causes an increase in the real income of the household and vice versa. Okay, the real income is affected. That's why the demand curve slopes downward from left to right. So another one is substitution effect. So when the price of the commodity rises, the relative price of its substitute automatically decline or its substitutes become cheaper. The household therefore will buy more of its substitute which has become cheaper. Okay, so the demand curve shows the complete relationship between quantity demanded and the price of the commodity. So the individual demand curve indicates the quality of the commodity that an individual household will buy at selected prices. Thank you.